Today we're here to shed some light on what happens between purchase order and your production start. And with me here today is Kevin Dixon, who's leading our project management team. Hey Kevin.
Hey, good morning.
So what happens after the PO comes to Pearson?
Yeah, so a project manager is involved from day one. The project manager will reach out to the customer within 24 hours of the project launching. They'll provide order confirmation and they'll set up a kickoff meeting with the customer. At the kickoff meeting, the project manager will review the scope of the project with the customer and will confirm the schedule as well as the milestones along the way. That includes the milestones that the customer is responsible for, which namely that's providing production samples in a timely fashion and providing order down payment and prior to ship payment in a timely fashion.
And you're also establishing the communication preferences, right?
Exactly, yeah. At that point, we'll establish communication preferences. How often does the customer want to be updated, that sort of thing. The project manager will then be the primary point of contact throughout the life of the project. They will field any questions that the customer has. Our goal is to make things go smoothly, so we encourage the customer to reach out with any small question that you might have. The project manager will also be providing regular updates throughout the life of the project. That includes a design review after engineering is complete, which is a great chance for the customer to sit down and review a visual of what they will be receiving. We get to review a model of the machine at that point, and then ask any questions that they might have. That's a perfect time. Oftentimes the engineers are on the line and can field any technical questions that might come up.
So what if the customer needs changes?
Yeah, so changes we realize are common. Customers want to change things from time to time, and we're here to make sure that that's a simple and easy process. A lot of changes, small changes, don't involve any impact to the budget or the timeline for the project. That could be evaluating a new case size. Oftentimes, new case sizes will already run on the machine and we don't need to have any additional change parts required. It could also be minor modifications to the machine that we're happy to make without any impact to the budget or the timeline of the project. There can also be larger scale changes. So a recent example is a customer ordered a robotic palletizing cell. They decided to change which facility that was going to go to, which involved a change to the layout of the cell. Also an addition of palletizing pails in addition to the original scope of palletizing cases. And they wanted to add a robotic top loader to the project as well. We're happy to evaluate those types of large-scale changes as well. Our engineering team will be involved to evaluate the technical aspects of that and what's required to successfully deliver what the customer wants. And the project manager will work with the customer to determine the impact to the budget and to the timeline of the project.
All right. So what can the customer then expect from an FAT?
Yeah, so first of all, Pearson implemented a robust internal FAT process about a year ago. That ensures that before we have the FAT with the customer, we are 100% confident that we are going to demonstrate a reliable and 100% complete machine. Since we implemented that internal FAT process, we have passed 100% of FATs the first time, and customers have commented on how much smoother the process is. So it is working phenomenally well. During the FAT, Pearson has a standard process that we follow, which includes a detailed checkout of the safety features on the machine, of the theory of operations of the machine, the operator controls and the HMI, and then demonstrating the performance of the machine. In addition to that, we're happy to evaluate any requirements that the customer has for the FAT. We just ask that you provide those requirements to us 2 weeks in advance so that we can prepare for the FAT.
What happens next?
Yeah, so the project manager is involved all the way through until completion of the project. There is no handoff to the service team. The project manager will remain your primary point of contact even after the equipment ships. The project manager will work with you to establish the schedule for service and commissioning. We'll work with our service team to schedule the right resources to your preferred timeline. And then the project manager will be involved with the service technicians on a daily basis to make sure that during the service trip, everything is going smoothly. We'll have a closeout call at the completion of the service trip to make sure that we accomplish the scope of work that we came on site to do, and then to make sure that we're aware of any follow-up action items that need to be taken care of. Those follow-up trips are rare, but sometimes they do happen, and the project manager will be the primary point of contact all the way through those as well to make sure that all follow-up items are completed. The project is only considered closed when you have a fully commissioned piece of equipment that is running well at your facility. When we agree that that is the case, then the project will close. So it's on your timeline.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and giving us the insight into what you and your team do on a daily basis. And if you're considering buying a piece of machinery from Pearson, I am certain you're now feeling pretty darn comfortable that you're well taken care of.